So welcome back to the channel, guys. LED streaming microphone is made by Low Noise, as you can see. It does have multicolor changing LED and it's USB powered. So with that being said, very simplistic plug and play microphone. Don't need any specialized software. You just plug it up to your computer, let it do its thing. You just change the settings and you're good to go. So let's unbox it together and see if it's worthwhile purchasing. Just so you guys know, I didn't bother unboxing it in front of you. I actually took it out of the box already. As you can see, there's nothing inside. It does come with bubble wrap, of course, when you first wrap it. You will have to tighten these sides up right here for your microphone because they're loose. And this is, of course, completely adjustable. And it does come with the instructions, but it's completely unnecessary for what it is that I'm actually showing you. You have your two buttons right here, one being mute, second one being LED. You can change the colors of this microphone. In addition to it, you can make it flash 2 different speeds, so it's not too many color modifications, but it's straight and to the point. You do have this stand. Feels a little cheap, but like I always say, this isn't a bad value for $10. Now, of course, before starting this video, I already set everything up, and I'm just unboxing it for formality purposes, so I do have some settings and some recordings for you guys so you can determine if the sound is actually ideal. And I do have to say, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on how well it actually holds up in real use. So without further ado, there's nothing else to really look at with this situation. Let's hop right into the sound profiles. All right, guys, so I'm going to do some tests for you with this particular microphone. Let me just put it in the angle so you can actually see it. So this is it right here. And we're going to do some sound tests. So the first things first, like we said, we have the LED mode, which allows you to basically change the sequence. There we go. There's different sequences. So when you press it more than once, the sequence changes. On the front, like we talked about, this down here is the mute button. So we're going to go ahead and click that. Okay, so it sounded like you couldn't hear me on that section. I just wanted to make sure that really worked. So right here, like for all microphones, it depends on how close or far away you put it from your mouth. It determines how good it's going to sound. It also has something to do with the drivers and the speakers used in the microphone itself. Now again, this is Five Below, so take it with a grain of salt. So I'm going to do a couple tests. So right here, it's in front of my lips. Back here is about, I say about 6 inches from my mouth based on where I have it. It looks differently from the angle. About here is about 1 foot away. So I'm going to bring it back to my mouth. And I'm going to just keep talking and spin it around completely so you guys can get an idea if it can actually work as a 360 microphone. So that is the section with the sound test. Now I want to spin it back around real fast right here. And what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to play a game so you can hear how the sound blends in with, let's say, a video game if you decide to do some type of recording. Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel like always, and this is the second recording section. So the first one, you already saw that. If you like what it sounds, there you go. The microphone is right here, for those that are wondering. If I talk close to it, it does sound pretty good, but if I'm going to talk away a few inches from it, so I say about, like I said, about 7 to 8 inches away from my mouth, and this is how it's going to sound, especially if it's sitting on a desk. Now what I will say is that it's always good to play a game, like something like just a video game, to see how well the sounds actually blend in. Because a lot of times, you know, the sound's going to come out just fine for the video game itself because it's a game. But the sound for the actual, what's it called? The sound for the microphone sometimes doesn't blend in very well with the game itself. But what I can honestly say is that I mean, it's not a horrible microphone. It's $10. This is actually one of the better microphones that I've come across for this price range. I don't think I had a couple pretty good ones that were $5. This one actually has a physical mute button. In addition to that, it has the LED mode. So, like I said, if you press the LED button right here, solid, changes colors. You can make it where it flashes. A second. Is that it? Is it gonna flash? No. There you go. So it's flashing right here. Press it again, flashes. Press it again, it's back. So it's not many sound profiles. It's just colors and 2 flashing speeds, and that's it. But like I said, it's not a bad microphone. It's $10. It does a job for a lot of people out there that may not necessarily be able to afford a high-end microphone, this still does a very good job. And if you're podcasting or doing things with other people and they're sitting next to you, it should do a good job of also picking up the voices around you. After all, it is, I think it's a 360 microphone the way they are selling it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and close this video up and just decide if this is worth actually purchasing. Assuming I can stop the video because this thing is lagging. There we go, got it. So is this worth the $10? Absolutely. Now, what I will say to you is that I've done quite a few microphones on this channel. I've done a couple that clip onto your shirt that sound pretty good. I've done some horrible microphones in general that were a little bit pricey. Some came from Walmart, some came from Best Buy. It really depends. One I got from GameStop. I did the Blue Yeti. Many different microphones. And I can honestly say that for $10, this is a very, very good mic. I was pleasantly surprised. As a matter of fact, what I intend on doing with this mic is recording one of my videos with it and seeing how it sounds. And I might even use it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not better than my Blue Yeti or anything like that. But for $10, like, I have a microphone that's made by JLab that cost me about 79 bucks. And this right here records better sound than that microphone. This is $10. Like I always say, you never know what a product is until you test it against different ones. And a lot of times I like to compare these type of products to higher end products, because you like most people, you'll walk into a store and you'll see a microphone for a particular price and you might be turned off because, oh, it's too cheap, or oh, it won't match what it is that I'm trying to do. This microphone, even during that test when you see me spin it around, it's a 360 microphone. So it looks like you can speak into the back or the front, and it's preset that way. So if you have multiple people sitting near you, it will actually pick up their voices. Unfortunately, on the second recording, I purposely didn't lower the volume. What I will say is that the volume was lowered for the Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti is a louder sounding microphone, so that's why the sound profile was a lot better in general. But for the most part, this is good. As long as you're able to adjust the volume of any video game that you're recording, or if you're not doing that, streaming in that way, and you're just recording, just talking about a blog or anything, the microphone works very, very well. It'll work well for Zoom calls if you're hooked up to a PC. It'll work well for a laptop. It's multi-purpose. Now, I know some other people might feel like, oh, well, you know, I prefer the what is it called? I forget what that prong is called. The headphone jack and the recording jack. That's extremely old-fashioned and 100% unnecessary in 2022. And again, I like this. I have no complaints about this. It works very well. To be honest, I'm holding on to it for the $10. I have this. I have my Snowball mic, which I would use as a secondary. And to be honest, with the other mics that I currently have, I would rather use this $10 mic than some other ones. It works very, very well. Like I said, the only issue is that down here, there's no mount for you to twist into like a arm mount for your microphone. But outside of that, you just got to make do. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like always, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.